Caitlin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. Today I have another full body workout for you today. So if you're looking to strengthen the whole body as well as find more mobility and flexibility, then this is a great workout for you. Today we're gonna need one prop only, and that's gonna be a towel. So this is something that you probably have pretty handy, so I want you to go ahead and pause the video and grab that. Just a hand towel here, a kitchen towel, anything that is of this size and shape here. Also, I would mention that if you can have your mat on a hardwood or a tile surface, something that moves, the towel will move on easier, then that would be ideal. Otherwise, if you're on carpet, that's okay. You can do all of the exercises that we'll be using the hardwood for. I can give you some modifications for those. So no worries if you do not have access to hardwood. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. In a standing position, you're gonna grab your towel here and just holding it at the end. So what's nice about the towel is it's just wider than shoulder distance apart, all right? So in that nice parallel stance, this nice alignment here with your body, and you're lifting your spine up nice and tall. And just have your shoulders just draw down your back here. Now on your next inhale, you're gonna take this towel and start to lift the arms up overhead. Inhale as the arms lift, and then exhale as they lower back down. And again, inhale to lift, and exhale, lower. So keep that moving. What's nice about the towel is it's such a simple prop, but you're gonna see there's so many different things that we can do to enhance our Pilates workout. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. All right, now we're gonna move that into a roll down. So I'm just gonna face to the side. You can stay facing forward. And you're gonna take that inhale, lifting the arms up to the ceiling. On your exhale, you're gonna start to round over through your spine. Think of really pulling that belly in and up until you can't go down any further because those hamstrings will stop you. And just hold there for a second. Just take an inhale here. And then exhale. Just release it all out. Take one more breath here. And then on your exhale, you're gonna start to stack your spine back up. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall. Beautiful. Exhale, start to round down. You're gonna do that again. So you're not collapsing forward, you're really rounding. It's a nice intentional movement. Good, come to the bottom, inhale. And then exhale, round back up. Think of stacking bone by bone. And until the shoulders come down, the arms start to lift. We're gonna do one more just like that. Inhale at the top. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale, rounding back up to lift. Good, arms lifting up overhead. All right, coming back into center. Go ahead and find that parallel stance still. Take an inhale, arms lift up. We're gonna start to do some side bending here. So start to lengthen your right side of your body as you reach over to the left. And then coming up through center, we're gonna come over to the other side. Good, so when you're doing side bending, we wanna think of lifting out of the pelvis first and then coming over. So we're trying to find as much length and height as possible here. So it's different than just collapsing to the side. Let's do one more each side. Just waking up the body, last one. All right, bringing that towel now to chest height, making sure your shoulders are down your back. Bend your knees a little bit just to give a little more stability in the lower body. And we're gonna rotate just the upper body. So you're gonna rotate to your left, come back to center, and then rotate to your right. So with these rotations, your pelvis is not moving. So everything from your pelvis down to your feet are staying nice and steady. What that often means is that when you're rotating to the side, you're feeling that you're pulling that opposite hip bone back a little bit, which will actually keep your hips facing forward. Let's do one more each side. Last one, inhale and exhale. All right, now we're gonna move into some squats. So warming up those legs a little bit more. I'm just gonna turn to the side so you can see me better. In that parallel stance here, knees and toes facing forward. You're gonna start to inhale as you start to sit back into your heels, like you're sitting back into a chair, arms come forward. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, lift. So you should be able to see those toes when you bend your knees. So if you look down and just glance down, see if you can see those toes. If you can't, think of shifting your knees and hips back a little bit more. Good, inhale down, exhale, lift. Last two. Last one. And coming all the way back up. All right, bringing your feet in a wider stance, and you're gonna bring the towel here behind your back. So you wanna get a little more stretch in the hamstrings as well as a nice opening in the front of the chest and the shoulders. So roll the shoulders back. Good, start to bend the knees just a little bit as you start to hinge forward, sending the towel and the arms up towards the ceiling if you can. You just go wherever works for you and your body. Once you're there, just let your head be heavy. And I want you to start to bend your right knee, keeping your left leg straight. Start to open your body up towards the left. So you're gonna be looking up over that left shoulder. And then you're gonna come through center, come to the other side. And then just keep moving that back and forth. So in this, you're getting a little bit more stretch in the back of that straight leg. And you're getting more stretch in the front of that shoulder that's rotating open towards the ceiling. Good. Last one. All right, now go ahead and straighten the legs. Start to roll through your spine to come all the way back up. Good. Inhaling, lifting all the way up. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. And now we're gonna come down to our mat for some more work on the floor. So that was our full warm up there. So I just want you to start to bend your knees, coming down, bring your heels to the floor. Make sure you have your towel with you, and then you'll roll all the way down onto your spine, setting yourself up for bridging. So in setting up for bridge, you wanna make sure your legs are in a parallel position and you're walking your feet close to your body here. You're in this nice long neutral spine to start. And I want you to start with those arms up towards the ceiling with your hands on your towel. All right, so even that alone, if you feel like you're pulling the towel apart, you're getting some nice engagement there in the backs of the shoulders. All right, so feel that engagement. Now take your inhale. On your exhale, start to roll through your spine, one vertebra at a time, pulling up and off the mat. Now stay lifted here as you inhale, bring those arms back behind you. Now exhale, traction your spine away from your arms as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. And then bring the arms back up to center. And then on your exhale, start to roll it up. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, roll through your spine. And then inhale, arms come back up towards the ceiling. And again, exhale, roll up. Keep those legs in parallel. Inhale, reach the arms in the opposite direction as you draw your spine in the other direction. So you should feel this nice length between your vertebra as your spine grows longer. Inhale, arms lift to the ceiling. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, lengthen those arms back. And exhale, bring it down. All right, inhale, arms lift. Hold the arms here. Exhale, roll up to bridge and hold it there. So feel the stability in the backs of the shoulders. Feel the pelvis in a neutral flat position. You're gonna start to march the legs. So you're gonna transfer your weight to your left leg as you draw that right leg to tabletop, and then bring that right leg down, transfer to your other side. So you're gonna keep switching. Try not to shift the weight in your body too much, but you're staying in that nice parallel level position. It's definitely harder here with the arms lifted. So if you need to bring your arms down to your sides, go ahead and do that. Let's do one more each side. Last one to the left. Good, bring both feet down, even your hips off. Now we're gonna do some pulses. So you're gonna lower and lift. Lower the hips and lift. So arms stay where they are again, unless you need to bring them down to the floor for more stability. So feeling glutes here, so you drive through your heels. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your inhale at the top. Exhale, roll through the spine to come all the way down. Let that pelvis release. All right, bring your knees into your chest. Roll up to seated. We are gonna come back down onto our backs, but I do want you to take your towel and you're gonna lay it down flat onto your mat. And it's right where your head is gonna go. So make sure it's still at the top end of your mat there. Then flip yourself back around and then you're gonna roll all the way down. Now you should have still a few inches above you between your head and the top of the towel. And you should be even there in your towel, so make sure you're not too far to the left or the right. Now we're gonna grab the towel ends behind us and we're gonna draw the legs into tabletop. We're gonna use this towel to do our ab curls. So you'll see how nice it's gonna feel with the ab curl and getting us in the right alignment. So I want you to draw your shoulders down your back, bring your elbows more up towards the ceiling. Legs stay in tabletop, take an inhale. On your exhale, head, neck, and chest will lift as you start to pull your hands on that towel, lifting the upper body up. And then inhale, lower back down. And then again, exhale, lift. And lower. So as you move, you see that this towel acts like a hammock in the back of your body, helping to find that movement coming from your rib cage so that you're not using your neck and your shoulders to do the work. Good, let's do 3 more. Last 2. Good, last one. All right, so we're gonna do that same lift of the head with the towel. This time we're gonna add our single leg reaches. So plug those shoulders back in, elbows up towards the ceiling. Take your inhale. Exhale, right leg reaches long as we lift that upper body up, and then we inhale, lower back down. Exhale, left leg reaches long and lower. And exhale, lift and lower. One more each side. Last one. And lower. All right, next we're gonna do double leg reaches. So same thing with the upper body, this time both legs reach long. We're gonna do 6 total. Sliding the shoulders down. Take your inhale. Exhale, head, neck, and chest lift. Both legs reach long. And then we lower back down. So the lower your legs go, the more challenging that is for your core. So you bring your legs to wherever is most challenging for you without feeling it in your lower back. Just 3 more. Last 2. Make sure your shoulders are staying down. Last one. Good, and lower. All right, bring your feet down to the mat for just a second. We're gonna finish up with our crisscross here. So getting more into those obliques. So bring the legs back to tabletop. You're gonna take your inhale here. On your exhale, you're gonna twist to the left as you reach your right leg long. And then inhale through center, bring the leg in, exhale, switch to the other side. Good, and back in. Exhale, twist. Good, and in. So think armpit to knee instead of elbow to knee. Good, and in. Keeping the pelvis steady, that rotation is coming just from the upper torso. Do 1 more each side. Last one. And then lower the legs down, lower the arms, and then bring those arms down by your sides. So I've shifted a little bit on my mat coming down. If you feel that you had too much fabric there at the end, Or if you do these exercises again, make sure you can kind of scoot yourself up if you feel like there's too much fabric up there and you need to move yourself back up towards the top there. All right, so now from here, bring your arms down by your sides. We're just gonna do some arm circles here. So you're gonna bring those arms up towards the ceiling, circle them back behind you, open along the floor, and then lower back down. So just getting some nice rotation here in the arms, in the shoulder sockets. Now, I want you to think of doing this with that neutral spine. So if you feel that when you bring your arms back that your ribs and your back pop off the mat, I want you to maybe adjust and not bring your arms back so far so you can keep that mid-back connection. Do one more in this direction. And then we reverse, opening the arms out to the sides, lift back up and lower. So this is more of a mobility type exercise. We're still finding that range in our mobility here, but just finding some nice movement in those arms, which we haven't done too much yet. Good, go ahead and bring those arms back down by your sides. All right, now roll yourself up enough to grab your towel and then take it out from under you and then roll back down onto your mat. All right, so we're gonna use this towel to get a nice hamstring stretch. So we're gonna bring this left leg down to the floor. You can keep it bent or straight. And you're gonna draw your right foot onto the towel as you straighten that leg up towards the ceiling. Now for some people, the towel still may not be long enough here if you've got really tight hamstrings, right? So if that's the case, you can always bring it behind your ankle or behind your calf, or just grab with your hands wherever you can. So just do whatever works best for you. I want you to, if you have that leg straight here, reach that heel up towards the ceiling. So you're really trying to lengthen the back of that leg as much as possible. Just take another breath here. Try to relax the upper body. All right, now we're gonna release the towel and just bring it down to the floor and just set your arms down onto the mat. So your leg is still lifted here up towards the ceiling. Toe is now gonna be pointed. Your left leg is really rooted down, stabilizing into the mat. We're gonna do our leg circles. So without shifting the rest of the body, we're just gonna bring that right leg across the body, down, around, and up. So it goes across, down, out to the right, and up, trying to find as much stability in the body as possible. Now, as you start to move that leg, try to start making them just a little bit bigger. So see if you can find that nice range of motion. And now start to make them even bigger, that right hip lifts off as you bring the leg across, down, around, out to the side, and lift. Then you bring it across, lower body twists, out, around, and lift. Just one more. Good. Now we're gonna reverse it. So we're gonna start with small circles first, out, around, and center. Now start to make them a little bigger. And then make them even bigger so when the leg comes across, you're twisting that lower body and back up. Good. Cross and lift. Good. Let's do one more. Good. Bring that right leg in, pull it in, give it a nice squeeze, and then send that leg to the floor. Shake it out a little bit. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So go ahead, grab your towel, if you used it on the other side, and start to extend that leg up towards the ceiling. So we're trying to, again, flex through that ankle, finding as much length here as possible. Trying to relax the rest of the body. Good, one more stretch here. And then you're gonna release that towel down to the mat, point your toe, arms are down by your sides, and you're gonna start to circle that leg as you bring it across, down, out to the left, and up. So again, small circles first, finding that stability, and then start to make them a little bit bigger. And then even bigger, that the left hip starts to come off the floor as you bring it across the body. Left hip comes across, down, around, and up. Last one. Good, now we're gonna reverse that. So you're gonna bring the leg out to the side, down, around, and up. So start with those smaller circles first. Find that movement just in the hip socket. Now start to make those circles bigger. It's a lot of work here. Good, now start to lift that hip up as the leg comes across and center. Across and center. Last one. Good, go ahead and pull that leg in, give it a nice tug, and then send that leg off to the floor. All right, now you're gonna pull both knees into your chest and go ahead and rock up to a seated position. So you're gonna come all the way up and make sure you have that towel with you because we're gonna use it here in our arms. All right, so we're gonna find our seated half rollbacks. So with this, you have your knees bent, your feet are forward there at the end of your mat. And you want to be able to have a nice tall lifted spine. So here you want to make sure that you can get this nice lift. All right. So to do that, you want to draw your shoulders down, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling, core pulling in. And you're going to bring those arms out in front of you here. We're going to find our half rollback. So with this, we really find a nice deep C curve in our spine as we start to round through our spine to come back. So taking your inhale here. On your exhale, you're gonna start to round the tailbone back as you reach those arms forward, shoulders down. Good, hold here, take an inhale. Exhale, round back up. This time I want you to inhale, arms up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, start to bring the arms forward as you curve back. And then inhale, round forward, scoop the belly back. Inhale, lift up, arms up overhead. And exhale, arms come forward, shoulders slide down as you scoop the belly back. And then inhale, round forward and lift. Two more, exhale. Make sure you're not feeling this in your lower back. So you might not come so far back, maybe you just come a little ways and that's fine. Last one. This time hold it here, do small little pulses up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then go ahead and come all the way back up. All right. Now, I want you to find a nice grip here with the elbows up to the sides and the towel is going to be close to your chest. So holding that there, you're going to find that C curve again. So take your inhale here. On your exhale, find that curve, hold it, and you're gonna start to find a rotation. So you're gonna inhale, rotate to your left, come through center, and then over to your other side. Good, and again, inhale left, lower body staying nice and stable, and through center, over to the other side. Last one. And again to the right. Good, extend those arms forward and then roll it back up. Good, we're gonna do that one more time, inhaling here. I'm gonna walk my hands actually a little closer together on the towel. So maybe do the same thing. Shoulders down. Go ahead and draw the towel in towards your chest and then exhale, roll it down. Holding there. Inhale as you rotate to your right, to your left, and then through center. And to the other side. And center. So where are your shoulders at? The shoulders, the head, everything is moving in the same direction as the spine. Good, last one to the other side. Good, go ahead and bring those arms forward, take an inhale. Exhale, roll through your spine to come all the way back up. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna get a full roll down. Now for this, I'm going to fold my mat over. I'm because we're gonna place the towel here underneath your feet. If you just wanna scoot to the end of the mat, go ahead and do that. And with this one, if you do not have a hardwood floor, you can do the same exercise without it, okay? So no worries if you can't use the towel sliding. So we're gonna find that nice seated position here. So our towel's under our feet, knees are bent. We're gonna roll all the way down through our spine. And as you do that, you're going to straighten the legs out at the same time. So take your inhale, exhale, start to roll back, extend your legs. Now your heels will be the only things on the towel as you come all the way down. Inhale, arms lift back. Exhale, you're gonna bring chin to chest, start to bend the knees. If you need to grab onto the back of the legs to help bring you up, go ahead and do that as you come to that tall seated position. And then exhale, do that again as you straighten the legs. With control, we come all the way down. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, chin to chest, roll up. Bend the legs, bring it back in. Last one. Inhale, arms lift back. And then exhale, scoop the belly. So you round forward and then lift up nice and tall. Beautiful job. So we got a little hamstring work there as well as with the belly. So, all right, we're gonna move into our mermaid position. I am going to keep this side rolled up. So we're gonna use our towel here for our mermaid. So I'm gonna find a Z sit position here with the legs. If doing just stacked knees here with the feet off to the side is better for you, go ahead and do that. I want you to make sure you're comfortable in this position here. So once you're here, you're trying to keep this hip down here on this opposite side. And then your right hand is gonna come onto your towel. And then that left hand is your free arm that's gonna start to lift up and over. So make sure you're lifting up through that tall spine first. Bring that arm up to the ceiling. Find that length first as you lift up. And then exhale, you're gonna start to slide the towel out to the side as you reach over, opening up that left side. And then you're gonna slide the towel back in and then come back up to seated. If you don't have the towel or a hardwood floor, just walk the hand out and do that same thing. As we're gonna do that again, inhale, lift up, reach over, keep that top hip pulling down towards the floor, and then exhale as you lift back up. We've got 3 more on this side. Inhale. Good, finding that length here, and then exhale. So it's that same thing in standing where we're finding that lift out of the pelvis first before we start to bend over. And lift up. Last one. Good, and lift. All right, now you're gonna stay here in this position and you're gonna start to twist yourself towards your towel. All right, this time the top hip will come off the floor as you find this twist. Then you're gonna bring both hands on the towel here. Just scoot this back just a little bit more. And here you're gonna find this nice lift and extension in the body. And then you're gonna start to press that towel forward as you reach the arms forward, rounding through your spine, feeling that nice stretch. And then inhale as you lift up nice and tall, slide the shoulders down, lift your heart and chest. And then exhale. So you send that towel out. And then inhale, slide the shoulders down the back first, and then start to lift your heart and chest. Good. And inhale, lift. Last one. Good, and lifting all the way back up. All right, so now we're doing everything on the other side. So I'm gonna switch my mat, switch my towel. I'm just doing this so you guys can see me in the center so I'm not way off to the side. All right, so starting in that position that feels best for you in your hips and your legs, bring that towel off to the side. We're gonna find this beautiful side bend, our mermaid our Mermaid exercise. So this is one of my favorites. I do love any sort of side bending or opening or stretching of the sides here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. Go ahead and bring that this right arm up to the ceiling. And then you're gonna reach up and then you come over as you send that left arm out to the side. Keep that top hip pulling down and then lift back up. So as you're moving here into these side bends, it's very common to kind of start to twist your upper body towards the floor to go farther. I want you to think of keeping your shoulders squared off towards the front and your eyes gazing forward. So we often think that we're moving between two panes of glass and that your front and back body aren't touching the two panes of glass, but are staying nice and centered there. Let's do two more. Another way to think about it is if you were a piece of toast in a toaster and you don't want to be touching the sides of the toaster because you get too hot. So you want to think about keeping yourself nice and centered. Now we're going to find that rotation. So go ahead and start to lift that back hip up as you rotate towards your towel. Square up your shoulders as much as you can. And then start to inhale as you send that towel forward. And then actually, that was just going to be on your exhale. So hold here, take your exhale. Now inhale, start to slide your shoulders down as you lift your heart, lift your chest, come all the way in. And then you're going to exhale. So you lengthen it out. And then inhale, slide it in to lift. Good, two more. Slide the shoulders down first before you start to lift your heart and chest. And then last one. Good. Coming all the way back in. All right. Now we're going to come to a nice tall kneeling position. So up here in our kneeling position, you just want to have your legs or your knees right under your hips here. And just think of that nice tall spine, just lengthening up, feeling nice and strong in your center. So you're gonna have your towel here, again, right at the hands right at the end. I want you to slide your shoulders down and you're gonna pull that towel in towards your chest. So when you do that, I want you to feel your shoulder blades squeezing together. And then we're gonna do a little push and pull here. So keeping that tension, pulling the towel apart, you're gonna go ahead and start to straighten the arms as you press the arms forward and then pull the arms back in. So again, we're gonna reach here, still imagine that you're pulling that towel apart, and then you're gonna pull back in. So you should feel quite a bit of work here in the upper body just by finding that pull. And then we press forward, and then we bring it back in. Let's do three more. Last two. Lots of work going on in the upper body here. Last one. All right, now I'm gonna turn to the side. We're gonna do what's called thigh stretch. Now I wanna preface this by saying this may be a very small movement for you guys because this can get into the lower back here if it's something that you haven't done before. So you're still in this parallel position. Maybe the legs are a little bit closer with your inner thighs squeezing. All right, so then this nice long back here. So I want you to think of kind of tucking that tailbone under a little bit to find some length and some stability here in the lower part of your body. At the same time, you're lifting your belly button in and up. You're gonna bring your arms forward here, finding that sensation of pulling that towel apart, shoulders are down. Now keeping that tail tucking under and your belly pulling in, you're gonna start to hinge back at the knees as you start to feel the front of the thighs, the front of the quads stretching here, and then start to bring yourself back up. So as you can see here, what I'm not doing is this. I do not want this to happen. I want you to think of yourself from a straight spine from your knees all the way through to the crown of your head. So that's why you might not go back too far. We don't want that flexion coming from your lower back, from your lower spine. Let's just do two more here. Shoulders down. Inhale, lean back. Exhale to lift. Last one. Coming all the way up. All right. Staying on your knees, you're gonna bring that towel down to the floor in front of you. So we're gonna do a little kind of child's pose, a nice little flowing exercise. You can have your knees maybe a little bit farther apart or keep them together, whatever feels more comfortable for you. So from here, you're gonna bring your hands onto the mat. You're gonna start to send yourself forward with your upper body into a child's pose. And if you don't have the hardwood floor or tile, you can just walk those hands forward. Now, when you come back up, I want you to round through your spine. So you're gonna tuck the tailbone under, bring your belly up, look down at your legs as the towel comes back in. Now you're gonna send the towel out to your left, still pulling those hips back through center. And then you're gonna round the spine to bring it back into center. Come back into the center as you send it forward, and then round to lift. Going out to the other side, so sending the towel to the right, making that beautiful opening in your side, and then exhale, pull it back in, come into center, send it forward, lengthening through the spine, exhale, round. Good, and then again to the left. Pull it back in. We're just gonna do one more in the center and then one more to the right. Last one. And exhale, coming back into center. And then we stack the spine, coming all the way back up. All right, we are gonna come down into a prone position, which means we're gonna come onto our belly. For this one, I am gonna scoot my mat this way a little bit so that you can see what my upper body is doing with the towel. So you're gonna bring the towel down at the end of your mat and then lay yourself down onto your belly here. And you're gonna have your arms here on the towel for our extension exercise. So you're gonna have the arms come forward. Make sure the towel has some space to slide in front of your mat. Now, if you do not have a towel, then you will just bring your hands by your sides and you're gonna find your swan extension by pressing your hands into the mat, okay? For everybody else, start to send your arms forward on the floor. Hands are on your towel. Legs are reaching long, belly pulling in. Lengthen that lower back here. Good. Now on your inhale, start to slide your shoulders down your back as you start to pull the towel towards you. Then eventually you're going to start to lift your upper body as the towel comes in towards you, finding that beautiful swan extension. Belly's pulling away from the floor. And then exhale, lower back down. And then inhale, start to slide the shoulders down, lift the heart and chest as the towel comes towards you. Beautiful spinal extension, and then lower. And again, towel slides towards you, shoulders down, heart lifts, and lower. Just two more. Moving with that breath. Inhale as you lift and extend, and exhale, lower it down. All right, now everybody's gonna grab their towel and bring it so that your hands are at the ends of the towel and your hands are under your shoulders. So we're gonna do a lift into Superman. So this time upper and lower body are gonna lift together. So lengthening your lower back, shoulders pull down. You're gonna start to inhale, the arms are gonna lift off the floor as well as you upper and lower body lift together. Now hold here, eyes gazing to the floor. Inhale as you reach those arms straight forward into Superman. Pull the arms back in, elbows by sides, lower back down. Good, so lifting up, extend the arms forward, pull the arms back in, and then lower down. Good, three more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale in, exhale, lower. Last two, pull that belly in, reach it forward, pull it in, and lower. Last one. And lower. Now this time you're gonna hold yourself up there in that Superman. So keep your arms by your sides first. Lift up, upper and lower body. Good, we're gonna hold here, extend the arms forward, pull the arms back. Extend forward, pull back, just 3 more. Last 2, squeeze those shoulders on your back as you pull it in. Last 1, good, and then lower it all the way down. Very nice. All right, go ahead and release your hands here on the floor. Start to press your hands into the floor as you sink your hips back to your heels for one little child's pose stretch, just to stretch out that lower spine. And make sure you grab your towel, and you're gonna tuck your toes under, and then bring your heels to the floor. And you're gonna straighten those legs. You're in a nice forward fold here. I'm gonna walk myself back to the center. So in this forward fold position, hold on to your towel. And then you're gonna roll your spine all the way up to standing, where we're gonna finish with some standing leg work. So now that we're in standing position, I want you to go ahead and take your mat and move it off to the side. So we won't need that for these standing exercises. I'm gonna push mine over here. And you're gonna use your towel to slide it along the floor for some standing leg work. So if you don't have a towel, that's okay. I'll walk you through a different way you can do these exercises. So we're gonna start first with a standing lunge. So you're gonna bring the towel under your right foot, and you're gonna send your left leg forward. Now, obviously, if you are on carpet, you will just step your foot back instead of sliding the leg back, okay? So in this position, knee and toe are facing forward, hips are squared off, and bring your hands onto your shoulders. You're gonna start to bend into this left knee as you send the right leg back behind you. And then you're gonna go ahead and lift back up as you drag the leg back in. So inhale, bring it back, and exhale, bring it back in. If you need a chair or something to hold on to for balance, this would be a great spot for that as well. Good, inhale back, and exhale in. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. And again, if you're just on carpet, you're just gonna step the right leg back into lunge. Last 1, whoops, hold it here. Do small little pulses. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring it all the way back in. All right, we're gonna stay on the same side. This time the towel is gonna come out next to you. So you're gonna have your feet right next to each other. And we're still gonna find that bend in the left knee, but this time you're gonna send that right leg out to the right and then drag it back in. So send it out and then bring it in. Good, so you're probably more on the ball of your foot, of that right foot that's dragging along the floor. And again, if you are just on carpet, you'll just step that foot out to the side. Let's do 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it all the way in. All right, staying, last exercise on this leg. We're just gonna do a nice circle with the leg. So you're gonna find more balance here again on that left leg. You're gonna send the right leg forward, circle it out to the side, bend the knee as you bring it back in. And you just continue that circle in that one direction. Again, just finding balance on that left leg, making sure all 4 corners of your feet are spread into the floor to find that stability. Last one this direction, hold here, reverse that circle. So go ahead and bring that foot back, circle it out around and back in. Send it back, out, around, and in. Last 2, and last 1. Good, and bringing it back to center. All right, so shake that out just a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna start with that lunge back first. So the towel will come onto that left foot, coming onto the ball of the foot there, squaring your hips and shoulders off. And you're gonna sink into this right leg as you send the left leg back, and then you drag it back in. Good, inhale as you bring it back, exhale back in. So you're getting a lot of work in the glute of this standing leg, especially as you push back up to that standing position. Good, let's do 4. Last 3. Again, if you don't have a hardwood floor, just step it back. Last 1. And lift. All right, now moving into that side leg reach with the right leg bending. So you're gonna go ahead and send that leg out, bend that front knee, and then bring it back in. Good, send it out and in. So find your core here too. Stay nice and strong and stable in your center. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it all the way in. All right, moving into those circles now. Finding that nice stability on that right leg. And then we'll send that left leg forward, circle it out around and back in. So forward, out, and center. Just getting some nice rotation of that leg here. So we get that stability work on that right side. Last one this direction. And then we reverse, out, around, and in. Back, out, around, and in. Good. Last 2. Whoop, almost lost my towel. Last 1. Good, bringing it back to center. All right, good job. Go ahead and bring that towel off to the side. So we're not gonna need that towel here anymore. So go ahead and just bring it off. We're gonna finish with some standing stretches. So we're gonna find that roll down again, all right? Stretch out the legs a little bit. So I'll come to the side. Your legs are in that parallel position. I want you to take your inhale, keep your arms down by your sides. On your exhale, bring your chin towards your chest until you roll the upper body all the way down. Good, holding here. If your hands can come to the floor, you can go ahead and rest your hands. Make sure the back of your neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then start to bend one knee and then the other. So you're getting a little stretch in that hamstring and that glute of that straight leg. Good, do a couple more each side. And then once you've done those, you can go ahead and keep your legs straight. Start to pull that belly in and up as you return back to standing by stacking the spine all the way back up. Awesome. Now we're gonna do a figure 4 standing stretch. So if you need to hold on to something for this, please do so, or you can come to your back and do your figure 4 that way. Come onto your right leg, and you're gonna cross that left ankle over your right knee. And then you're gonna start to sit back into that chair squat position, feeling that nice stretch on that left glute there. So definitely some stability work here, still on that right leg while we stretch that left hip. Good. Take one more deep breath here. And now start to press into that right foot, extend that right leg, coming all the way up. Release that down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So you'll find one side is gonna be easier to balance with than the other. And this is my less stable side. And it's also the hip on this right side that's tighter. So it's like a double whammy on this side. It's a little bit harder. All right. Just take a couple more breaths. See if with each breath you can just sink a little bit lower. Just do one more. Inhale. Good. On your exhale, start to straighten that left leg. Bring that right leg down. Shake it out in your legs. Then keep those legs nice and still. I'm just gonna do 3 shoulder rolls. So inhale, bring those shoulders up and back, and then roll it back down. Good, last 2. Last one, inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. And you guys are all done. Amazing job. Thanks so much for sticking with me through this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the little extra with the towel today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Also, check out the other videos on my channel. I've got more general Pilates workouts. I've got Pilates for pain relief as well as Pilates for kids. So go ahead and check those out. Hope you enjoy them, and I hope to see you back on the mat here again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.